Alright, so today we are checking out another classics. It's our classic MX Throwback, Flashback Friday, whatever you want to call it. Sometimes these don't go up on Friday, it might be Saturday, but hopefully it's probably going to be late Friday. And I mentioned this already, I'm trying to switch up the upload schedule, so I'll try and get these up earlier. I don't know about today, but hopefully in the near future. Anyways, we are checking out this classic right here, Freekstyle. Now, I did not ever play this game. Never owned it. I think I heard about it when it was coming out. It's from EA Sports, I believe, again, but I never actually played it. Okay, none of my friends did, so I don't know anybody that's ever played this game. And I know it was kind of a popular one because in the last few videos that we've done of the classics, you guys have kind of asked to see Freekstyle, Motocross Madness, and MX Unleashed. Like, those are the three big main ones that you want to see. So I thought, you know what? Let's do Freekstyle because that's not something I'm familiar with. I am pretty familiar with MX Unleashed. I did have that for the OG Xbox. Played that like crazy, man. I remember when Unleashed 2 came out. I liked, not Unleashed 2. What am I thinking? MX vs. ATV Unleashed. Come on, you know what I'm talking about. Don't freak out. I remember when MX vs. ATV Unleashed came out. I wasn't as happy with that game. I preferred MX Unleashed. Just the way the game played. It was a little bit different. Enough different that I preferred that one. And then Motocross Madness, I played a little bit. I had it on PC when I was younger. I took a picture and tweeted it out. I actually found my original copy, so we will be playing that in the near future. Don't worry, there's a whole bunch of classics we can do, which is why I really look forward to doing this series. This is Freekstyle. Basically, it's kind of, we're using Brian Deegan here, and the reason I chose Brian Deegan, a lot of you probably know who he is, but he's actually, I believe, from Omaha, Nebraska. Like, originally from the city of Omaha, which is the biggest city in Nebraska. I think it's like 400,000. It's not like a huge city. For Nebraska, it's big, but I believe he's originally from Nebraska, and he went and got super famous by being the Metal Militia Man, right? I think he's the one that actually started that. I love Freestyle. I'm just not super, you know, I don't know every little thing about it. I think that's how it works, so that's kind of the reason we chose Brian Deegan, and we do a second race. These races are really long. Okay, so this was 3 laps. This race was about 5 minutes, a little over 5 minutes. The second race, I'm trying to think. The second race I think was 7 minutes or over 7 minutes, almost 8 minutes. So 2 tracks. I didn't have anything unlocked. I don't know if there's cheat codes available or anything, but I didn't even attempt to put those in, I guess. And this track had a pretty decent flow. It was really fast. There was a couple spots that were like a little buggy for me. The second race was awful. I was raging, and I will point out to you the moments that I was raging. It was tough. And I could have done Freekstyle, which is another option instead of race, but you had to score like 150,000 points. And the way the mapping is, because I'm using an Xbox 360 controller, not a PlayStation 2 controller, the mapping for it is just different. I wasn't really sure how to do it, and I think I don't have all the tricks unlocked anyways, because every time I did a little practice before doing this, obviously, because I'd never played it before. The mapping, or what was I saying? No, the tricks. The tricks are, it says I have like 9 of 50 tricks unlocked or something like that. And I don't know if, for me, it was like the top bumpers and the triggers to do the tricks, and then you could do combos and stuff, but I kind of kept doing it over and over again, and I never actually got the Freekstyle meter fully up. I think the Freekstyle meter is on the left side, the red one, and then the boost is on the right side. For those of you that aren't familiar with it, I know a lot of you guys are, and you can explain more of it to me, but I never played this game. Never. And I barely remember it even coming out. Like I said, I think I remember it being mentioned, being released back in the day, but no, I didn't know anybody that played it or anything like that. Actually, I think we win here. I'm gonna spoil it. I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure we win here. We kind of just hang out in the lead. But this was the track that I ran a whole bunch of, not a whole bunch, but a couple races on. And then through here you get like double bonus, so you get extra boost. And I was saving my boost for the end of the race. I mean, we're almost at the end here. I was actually saving my boost for the end, and I don't think I really even used it. I never felt like I needed it. So I just kind of saved it up. And I don't know if you can triple here. A couple times, maybe it was during the practice race I was doing, I was boosting and hardcore casing into that third one. but I couldn't quite do it. And here there was kind of a buggy spot where if I boosted too much, I would crash for no reason. I don't know. That was the buggiest spot for me on this track. And then I think we're coming up on the final lap. So I mean, we weren't really trying for a score point, but to score points, but we only got 54,000. We were practically 100,000 points shy of what I would have needed for a Freekstyle race, which is more about scoring points than winning the race, I think. I'm not 100% sure. And here's the finish line. I don't actually show the results of the finish because there was like music at the end of it, and I'm terrified. Oh, here we're gonna use Mike Metzger. I was terrified, or I am terrified of music, man. Copyright claims can be a nightmare. That's like a real thing. It's a real thing. And I had the music turned off at the menu. I had the music turned off during the race, all that stuff. But there's like this little bit of guitar music at the end when it's showing the results and the times, and so I kind of cut that out. Same as the beginning. The intro to the race is kind of cool. I really would have liked to have kept that in, but there was music. And maybe next time I'll attempt and see if it gets a claim. I kind of doubt it will. Yeah, like here we crashed. I mean, I understand why we crashed there, but there's a couple places here you'll see where it was very frustrating. Here it looks like you should be able to boost, go over it. Look, nothing. What the heck, man? What the heck? Why did we crash there? We didn't hit the car. We were way above it, but we crashed. So, like, I kept having to basically roll that section, and every time I did that, it was ridiculous. It just was impossible. And here I would have liked to have boosted as well, but most of the time when I did, I crashed there as well. So it wasn't even worth it. And then there's some pretty big triples here too. But the game's fun. I think it's a fast pace. I was just on rookie, so it's amateur, rookie, pro, and then freak. I think those are the difficulty settings. And I was just on rookie, so not the easiest, but kind of, you know, more towards the easy side of the game than the tough side of the game. And it was actually kind of tough. I feel like it's almost like, you know, when you play a Madden game, like a football game or a basketball game, and you get way ahead. You get way ahead. I don't know if it's like that anymore, but I know with like NFL Blitz on the 64, if you got too far ahead of the AI and started blowing them out, all of a sudden they start intercepting you. You start fumbling. Like the computer was making that happen no matter what you did to try to help the AI catch back up to you. I don't know if any of you know what I'm talking about. I hope you do. But it's like the computer kind of... Yeah, it's really annoying how we have to do that, but you kind of have to roll it. And you can push down the D-pad and muscle the bike downwards. I read that at one of the load screens, so that did kind of help. But I feel like this game's kind of like that, where if I got too far ahead, the game would just like speed the AI up to try and catch up to me again. You know, so you're always fighting against them. And this by far was a much tougher track, not because of the track itself, but because maybe it's just the version that I'm running is too glitchy or buggy. But if someone played this game a lot and could explain to me why, I'll talk about it again when we come back to it, why when I come to the railroad passing or whatever, why we're crashing all the time for no reason. And sorry about the trick combos, I'm not really that good at it. Freestyle, like when I get these games, something that I focus more on is the racing side of it. That's all I really care about. I love freestyle too. I like watching it in real life. And it's kind of fun to throw a trick, you know, the taunt's my favorite thing, you know, when you're racing people, it's always fun to throw taunts at them, even if it's your buddy. But it's just, I never really care so much for the freestyle stuff. It's not that I don't like it, I just never put much effort into it. Here I tried getting this, and see, it looked to me like we should have squeezed through that, but maybe that's just the way the game is. I don't know. Here, see, I roll it. We roll it because I was never going to make it. And then oh, that was obvious. Okay, I get why we crashed there. But before we were clearly jumping over those things and crashing. And I know you can jump over them because I saw the AI doing it too. Okay, so I know the computer can get over it sometimes, but we can't. Did we actually get this? Yeah, we got it just barely. Get that double bonus. I was trying like heck to save up my boost and to get the freak meter up, because I guess you can, or did I already say this in the last race? I think you can do like a super special move or something like that. I don't know, but this track was a lot longer. This race in general was a lot longer, and it didn't help that I had to roll those sections, and every time I did, that's where they'd catch back up to me, on top of the fact that I feel like the computer speeds them up. The AI gets to speed up if you get too far ahead. I don't know. It's a really cartoony game. I mean, back in the day, I think it's cool they have the actual freestyle guys in here, because it's more of a freestyle game, more of a clearly not a simulator or anything like that, but I don't know, it was fun. It's, I don't know, if I had to go back and say like, would I rather play this, not counting like MX Unleashed, because I feel like that game was on a playing field of its own. It was so far ahead of its time. This or Superfly, or you know, I'm trying to think of anything else. I don't know if this would have been my first choice, just because it's more freestyle oriented. It's not so much about the racing. The camera took a little getting used to, because it's like kind of slipping and sliding around, but once you get used to the controls, it's really not that bad. I like that it's kind of fast paced, and the goofiness, I don't know if the goofiness is the right word, but the cartooniness of it is kind of nice, and the fact that it is more focused around freestyle. You don't get games like that anymore. Now it's so, you know, everybody's so focused on, it needs to be a simulation, it needs to be more simulation, it needs to not be so arcadey, it needs to be, they need to do this, this, and this to make it basically like riding in real life. You know, we get that argument from people all the time. We need the games to be more like real life and stop being so arcadey. Bro, let's go back to this time. Look at this. You tell me that this isn't arcadey. Even for its time, this was super arcadey, okay? And people loved it. There's tons of people that love this game. A lot of people have been asking me. I think, I didn't even jump it. I was like, screw this. I'm out. I'm going the other way. And then there's those mud spots. You can kind of see the dark spots. But there was tons of people that love this game. A lot of people have been asking me to play it. And I know a lot of people love freestyle. See, this was annoying me, this section, man. It was like, what? There's a lot of people that like freestyle, so, you know, I think nowadays it'd be kind of cool if they would do something like this. I would pick it up because I really love these games, but I think it'd be good, because not everybody wants a simulation. Not everybody wants this super realistic game. Some people want it to be cartoony, some people want it to be less realistic, maybe like Encore, and some people just want a game like this, straight up freestyle. You know, where there might be some racing involved in it, but more or less it's based upon freestyle and less simulation. So, cool game. I'm really happy with it. I think I'm glad that it's something that you guys really wanted to see, because it was a new experience for me. So it was like playing a new game. It was almost like playing a new game, and I always like trying to learn something. But it was a lot tougher than it looks. It was a lot tougher, and that was on a pretty noob setting with trying to do the race. And the freestyle, man, it would take me a lot of practice to try and get 150,000, and I'm sure that is a whole lot higher if you put the difficulty up, where it's less focused on it. But if someone could explain to me in the comments, please, why can I not jump over that railing? It's obvious that you're supposed to jump over it, and I was clearly getting over it. Okay, I was boosting and clearly getting over it. Maybe it's my version of the game, or maybe you're not supposed to be able to. I don't know, but it would be nice if someone knew, because here we go. They caught back up to me, and I didn't have a lot of boost, and I was panicking at the moment, thinking that I'm not going to get last, and then we kind of boost our way out of it, and you'll see how we finish. But the video is about over, so thank you so much for the support on the Classic series so far. If there's something you want to see, let me know in the comments, and until the next video, take it easy.